Hello again, fellow BeachBum traders. Thank you for joining us for part 2 of our weekly trading game plan for the trading week of April 28th through May 2nd. Where in part 2 of our weekly trading game plan for this trading week, we'll be selecting our top swing trading stocks to watch, stocks in our bullpen, stocks in our shopping list. We'll also discuss how we can use dividend payers and several option strategies to generate income while we wait for our swing trading stocks to set up. So let's get started. So here's our Google document with our notes for part 2 of our weekly trading game plan for April 28th through May 2nd. We keep our notes for our weekly trading game plans in publicly accessible Google documents. Our notes documents contain links to bonus videos, to the tools and resources we use to trade our top swing trading stocks to watch, etc. If you have not already seen part 1 of our weekly trading game plan for this trading week, titled Make Money Trading This May, we would highly recommend you also view part 1, as that contains our market analysis, trading strategies, trade ideas for this trading week. We keep all of our notes documents in a publicly accessible Google Drive folder, so you can refer back to the notes for part 1 as well as previous weekly trading game plan notes documents. And you can also find a direct link to that publicly accessible Google Drive folder in the description box below. Welcome, Gabe Fabe. Happy Sunday to you, and thank you for joining us. Let me very quickly address your question, and then we'll dive into our trade updates, etc. So Gabe asks, expect a bit of a pullback coming, but hopefully an injection from Apple, Amazon, Microsoft, and Meta. As we discussed yesterday, yes, I expect some correction after that 4-day rally. I wouldn't be at all surprised to see a slight correction after that. Again, then we'll have to hear their earnings, hear what the impact of tariffs is, if they're going to pull back on CapEx. We already heard Meta was reducing some of their expenditures in their metaverse segment, etc. So are we going to see a slowdown in data centers and CapEx? Although so far, Amazon reported they were continuing with their data center plans. So we'll have to listen to their guidance in particular, as we discussed yesterday. So I'd love to hear other feedback from other BeachBum traders. So let me know what you think of all that. Welcome, Ricky Khan, RT, The Crow, K-Time. Thank you all for joining us today. Hope you all are doing well. So firstly, we'll go over our trade updates for this trading week. So we got stopped out of our latest long position in METC. METC, Ramaco Resources. It's a coking coal and rare earth elements play. So we had a nice swing in METC. We got in at 7:01 on the 4th of April. We got stopped out on the 21st at 9:47 for a nice profit. ROI of about 35%, equates to a monthly ROI of about 62%. So congratulations to all of our BeachBum traders who also profited from this swing or scalp trade on METC. If you'd gotten our trade notifications, you might have even got in at a cheaper price and out at a higher price on this swing trade. And again, we'll wait to see if METC cycles back down, if we get an opportunity to swing coking coal and rare earth elements again with METC. So we'll take a look at that chart in a second for this trade. Just a quick reminder, although I don't ever recommend anyone blindly follow us into or out of trades, it would help you make money trading, help you succeed in your trading career. You can get real-time notifications when we enter or exit a trade by joining our Patreon. As soon as I enter or exit a trade, post that notification to our Patreon members. We also have several additional channels of different types of alerts in our Discord available to our Patreon members that I'll show you in a second. And we also have a video on how you can best use our trade alerts to help you make money trading that you can access via the bonus link to the video in the notes. So if I show you those trade alert channels in the Discord very quickly. Firstly, we have a Thinkorswim TOS alerts channel. I set up price alerts in Thinkorswim. When those get triggered, they get automatically posted to our Thinkorswim TOS alerts channel in our Discord. So you can see when OGN hit its 52-week low and FPY hit its 52-week low. And again, then you get notified in the Thinkorswim alerts channel. If I do follow up one of those price alerts with an actual trade, then I'll reply to that in the Thinkorswim channel. If it's a trade not directly related to a Thinkorswim price alert, like when we went long and then got stopped out of METC, then I'll post that in the trade alerts channel in our Discord. We also have an alerts channel with real-time alerts generated by our automated systems when stocks are breaking up, moving up, breaking out near our support price target levels. Great resource for also short-term day traders, scalpers, momentum traders. You can also see sector rotations, reversals in sentiment in the market. You can get more information about that via the video and the link in the notes. So again, here's alerts from our real-time automated systems. You can see when the short on the VIX moving up, so the VIX is going down. Platinum moving up. So again, we could see sector rotations, reversals in the market. There's Intel, semiconductors, Intel moving up, etc. So again, another great. There's yen moving up, so China moving up. So again, another great real-time resource for any trader, short-term, day traders, scalpers, etc., as well as swing traders. See sector rotations, reversals in the market, etc. So if we quickly look at that METC trade in Webull. So here's our METC trade. Got in again on the 4th, didn't quite, or on the 7th, didn't quite get the bottom, but then got that near that low, rode that up. When it finally broke down below that pivot point on the 21st, that stopped us out. So again, if you'd gotten our trade notifications, you might have gotten a cheaper entry price. If you held through this little short-term swing, caught that new spike at 11, made even more profit than we did. It looks like it's rejecting off that resistance line. We'll see if it swings back down if we get another chance to enter into METC. But again, we watch for rotations out of coking coal, and METC is our preferred stock to trade those sector rotations in and out of coking coal. So I hope that all helps. Okay. Let me grab a quick drink and we'll talk about all of our watch list updates for this trading week. Just a quick reminder, if you're not already using Webull, you can still get 20 free fractional shares of stock by opening and funding your Webull account with as little as $500. Each fractional share worth $3,000 to $3,000. If you'd use our affiliate link in the description box below, get all your free fractional shares of stock. You can take advantage of any additional promotions they have at this time and also help support our BeachBum trading community, all of which we greatly appreciate. So now we'll look at our top swing trading stocks to watch, our bullpen stocks, shopping list stocks, etc. All of which you can also see in our watch list Google sheet. It gets automatically generated at the end of each day with all of our top swing trading stocks to watch, our bullpen stocks, etc., our shopping list stocks at the end of each day. I still haven't really found any stocks that warrant inclusion in our top swing trading stocks to watch, as we've been discussing for several weeks. Market's really a news-driven, short-term, choppy market. So more suitable, in my humble opinion, to day traders, scalpers, etc. So I haven't really put anything in our top swing trading stocks to watch list. And again, we continue to mostly trade off of our bullpen stocks and our shopping list stocks. So some of the notable ones in our shopping list that we'll see are some of the yield maxes on Apple, Nvidia, etc. Also, we've been watching Disney, although it popped up. We've been talking about uranium, URA. We're already long USOY, which is a monthly dividend payer on oil. And we've recently swung wheat profitably with the WEAT ETF and looking for another entry in that. We'll see all those in our shopping list as well. So again, you can get 24/7 access to all of our watch lists in our watch list Google Sheet by joining our Patreon. We have a whole series of videos on how you can use our watch list Google Sheet to watch all of our various watch list stocks, and you can access all those videos via the links in our notes. If I do add anything after, make any changes after that watch list Google Sheet has been generated, then I post those in the stock watch list updates channel on our Discord, also available to our Patreon members. So we can see when I added BTBT to our bullpen, when I added ELF, updated the ELF puts and our puts ROIC Google Sheet, post those to our Patreon members in the stock watch list Discord channel, and also typically send notifications to our Patreon members. So you can get all that information by joining our Patreon. So since we don't have any in our top swing trading stocks to watch list, I'll jump right into our bullpen stocks. If you're new to our community, the concept of the bullpen stocks are ones that don't warrant inclusion in our top swing trading stocks to watch list right now, but I've identified that they may in the near future. So we put them in the bullpen. If their setup improves, and we put them in the game, move them up to our top swing trading stocks to watch list. If they run up or break down, then we just take them out of the bullpen and we can revisit them in the near future. So we had BTBT, as you saw, we added that to our bullpen back on the 16th as a potential candidate. And since then, it has run up significantly. So congratulations to any of our BeachBum traders who caught that trade idea, that run up in BTBT, Bit Digital, from our trade idea in our bullpen. You could hear our thesis, our discussion on BTBT via the link to the bonus video in the notes. Okay, we can revisit that if it pops up again in our queries. We're still watching FF, Future Fuel Corp. And you can hear our previous quick take due diligence on FF, Future Fuel Corp, via the link to the bonus video in the notes, and we'll continue to watch that one in our bullpen. Also, we were watching KORU, K-O-R-U, which is leveraged long on South Korea. We've been talking about opportunities in international markets. South Korea was one we identified as a possible positive candidate, and sure enough, it did run up. KORU ran up already, so I'm taking that out of the bullpen. But again, we can watch those in our ETFs Google Sheet, watch that in sector rotation between the international markets, and jump over to our ETFs Google Sheet and find appropriate ETFs we want to trade various international markets, as we discussed and looked at it also on yesterday. Welcome, MD. Thank you for joining us. Hope you're doing well. We've also been watching Pizza, Papa John's in our bullpen for some time. Did bounce up a little bit. You can hear our thesis behind Papa John's via the link to the bonus video in the notes. And it did bounce up a little bit, but we'll see if it does cycle back down. We get a chance to enter on Pizza. We're also watching puts on pizza, so we have the option to buy shares or sell puts. So again, now you can also watch our bullpen stocks in the bullpen tab of our sheet, of our Google sheet. So you can see our price targets, buy at, sell at, support resistance targets, the risk reward profile, earnings information, dividend information, optionality, their current PE, current ATR, help you set stop losses or take profits. So again, you can watch our bullpen stocks also in our watch list Google sheet during the trading day. Makes it much easier to trade off of our bullpen stocks as well. Okay. In addition to our bullpen stocks, I have a list of honorable mention stocks that show up via our various queries we run at the end of the day. You're looking at the double bottoms and multiple bottoms and FinViz. So I did clean this list up a little bit, remove those that have broken down and run away. So you can see the remaining list of honorable mention stocks in our notes document. One that I added today, this week, is MITK, MITK Systems. It's a technology software company. I believe they do some identity, digital identity. This is one we have in our database. It popped up as having an attractive risk reward profile and being profitable. So if we do have some more time, may come back and do some additional due diligence on MITK either today or in a future video. So again, new honorable mention, MITK, MITK Systems. You might want to take a look at that, see if that's something that is of interest to you. Again, profitable with an attractive risk reward profile. Again, we always recommend that you have your shopping list ready of stocks you want to buy on any irrational reactions in the market, like we saw with the tariff turmoil, with the announcement of the Liberation Day tariffs, possibly an opportunity to pick up some of your shopping list stocks. We then got that rebound when the tariffs were put on pause. And then we recently had that 4-day rally. So possibly you were able to pick up some of your shopping list stocks and make a profit off of those. Again, we'll see what happens. As Gabe mentioned, we kind of expect a pullback short term and then possibly some support from the Mag 7. We'll see. Again, just a quick reminder, none of our content should be considered financial advice. We're not financial advisors. All of our content is for education and hopefully some entertainment purposes only. But again, we continue to warn to beware of zombie stocks, zombie companies, zombie ETFs, as we've still got higher for longer rates. Again, as I mentioned yesterday, I don't expect the Fed to make any moves, particularly in May, probably not in June, maybe not till July, till they see more tangible data on the impact of the tariffs. So these zombie companies, small caps, etc., be under continuing pressure from high interest rates of their debt. If you're concerned about a company, any money losing company having to go bankrupt or do an offering or reverse split, you can use our biotech due diligence Google sheet to calculate their quarter's cash flow positive, see how many quarters until they run out of money, either go bankrupt, have to do an offering, etc. And you can get access to that biotech due diligence Google sheet by joining our Patreon. One change to our shopping list is, as we mentioned yesterday, there's a uranium, the leverage long on URA. URAX was one we were watching as a potential long to use for uranium. It's since been closed and delisted. I did see the Crow mention the URAA yesterday in the live chat, and we have added that to the research sheet of our ETFs Google Sheet, and we'll be taking a more detailed look at URAA as a potential replacement for a leveraged ETF to long uranium to replace URAX. Also yesterday we looked at all the other ETFs we have for uranium, so you can see all of that in part 1 yesterday. So again, you can see all of our watch list or our shopping list stocks in the shop list Google Sheet of our watch list Google Sheet. So we've got a number of the yield maxes on the MAG 7, AMZY, APOY, FBY, NBDY, TSOY, etc. So I like to play the MAG 7s using their yield maxes. And as we'll see in the Dividend Payers Google Sheet, I like to see what the total return is. I believe the total return on FBYs declined some. Also, we've got like MP Materials for rare earths, MSB for steel, got some Dividend Payers, JEPI, JEPQ, some additional REITs. We're still long land. We also watch LTC, Realty Income, STAG, etc. In uranium, right now, just got URA in there. We like to do oil long with USOY, monthly dividend payer on oil, which is based on USO. And then again, we trade wheat with the WEAT ETF whenever we can catch those swings. So let me know if you have anything you think we should add to our shopping list. And again, you can watch our shopping list stocks, see our price targets, risk reward profiles, ex-dividend dates, etc., quickly and easily in our shopping list tabs. Easy Mike says he likes URNM for uranium. Yeah, we looked at all of those yesterday, and we're going to compare uranium ETFs to see which one we like, URA, URNM, URAA, etc., and might add one to our shopping list. Okay, let me grab a quick drink and we'll look at our Dividend Payers Google Sheet. So if there's anyone in the chat who has a particular dividend payer you would like to take a look at, please throw those up in the chat. I'll try to keep an eye out and we can look at those dividend payers. So in addition to our swing trading stocks, we also use our Dividend Payers Google Sheet to generate a schedule of dividend payers, to generate the income with the schedule that we would like, the total return, risk reward profile, etc. And you can do likewise, get 24/7 access to our Dividend Payers Google Sheet. Use that to generate your own schedule of dividend payers. And you can get 24/7 access to our Dividend Payers Google Sheet by joining our Patreon. Got one addition to our Dividend Payers Google Sheet that I want to take a quick look at. This is YMAG, YMAG. This is a relatively new yield max. So we'll take a look at that. I've added that to the yield max sheet of our dividend payers, along with the other yield maxes we frequently watch. So here's our yield max sheet of our dividend payers. So again, we can watch all the various yield max stocks, dividend payers in our yield max sheet. Here's YMAG. We'll also look at their profile in FinViz in a second, but we can see this is a weekly dividend payer. It's got showing a total return of about 7%. Most recently paid 9 cents on 4/17 was the last ex-dividend date. Again, there's a weekly dividend payer. You can see the risk reward profile. Again, it's relatively new. So let's look at the definition of YMAG in FinViz. So this is called the Yield Max Magnificent 7 Fund of Option Income ETFs. So you can see it's a weekly dividend payer, so you get a weekly dividend payment. See, it's declined from the tariff announcements, did rebound some, broke just above that, downwardly trending, but again, this is based on the Magnificent 7. We'll look at the composition in a second. See, it's got a nominal yield of over 48%. It's paid $7.15 for the year so far. It's a little expensive, so 1.28 expense ratio. Got halfway decent ETM, about 300 million. Volume, not too bad. 500,000, a little more than 500,000. Again, performance for the year has been negative with technology, with the Mag 7s. Zoom out a little bit. It's only been around since February of last year, so we've just passed a year, so you can kind of see the performance. It does cycle a little bit, although it's been on a pretty significant downtrend since the highs in December. So it might be an opportunity if the Mag 7 is going to recover, play that swing back up, collect a monthly dividend, look at the composition. So it's based on the other yield maxes. So you can see Tesla is currently the highest percentage, and Amazon, Google, Microsoft, NVIDIA, Apple, and then Meta. You can see this is a fund of funds based on the other yield maxes. So you could also look at the total returns of these. Pretty complex composition. Look at their inflow's been pretty good, so get positive inflow now again. Magnificent 7 Fund of Option Income ETFs. It's a fund of funds. So again, we saw it's based on the other yield maxes, not directly in the direct underlying. So let me know what you all think of this YMAG. Again, showing a halfway decent total return compared to some of the other yield maxes. Some are positive, some negative, some very positive, like MicroStrategy, Coney, etc. But again, possibly a way to play multiple of the yield maxes for the Mag 7s with this one fund of funds. Again, 7% total return doesn't look too bad. Risk reward 1.7, so it's got upside. Looks like it's pretty low right now. So again, if you think there's going to be a rotation back into the Mag 7s long term, you can collect a weekly dividend payment using YMAG. So again, let me know what you all think of YMAG. Have you used this to trade the Magnificent 7? What do you think of the fund of funds versus individual yield maxes? Please let us know in the comments to this video and or in our Discord. Again, you can see the distribution here. So, many of the yield maxes, I look at this pretty much at the end of each day, see if there's some opportunities. We have the main ones that we like that have positive total return in our main dividend sheet, like AMZY, and the total return on our main sheet gets updated at the end of each day. You see AMZY has now gone positive to 8%, so it looks somewhat attractive. FBY, it's dropped down below 1%, so again, less attractive. In the total returns based on their price appreciation and the dividends paid and their expense ratio. And we have some videos on how we're calculating the total return and how you can use that to select dividend payers. So again, you can see the main ones we use in our main dividend payer Google sheet. See Google, -11. So Katon says he likes YMAG, so that's good. So again, I'll try to keep an eye. Welcome, Fairchild. Thank you for joining us. Hope you're doing well. So again, I'll just quickly go through the dividend payers and see if anyone in the chat has anything in particular you want to take a look at. Talk about FBY. Some, if you're looking for some on gold, again, you can do a search also in the category or in the industry column. So if you're looking for dividend payers like on gold, we've got several we've talked about over time. Like the common bond funds, but their total return's pretty low right now. iGold is a nice one for dividend payer on gold. I know people keep mentioning GDXY, but you can see the total return on GDXY is still negative. So just be aware of the total return. I like to compare them via total return nowadays. Some of these closed-end bond funds we've been talking about, closed-end funds, OPP. Here's a preferred dividend fund, PFFD. So again, you might want to take a look at some of those. QQQY we've talked about, SCHD and SCHG. So again, SCHG, pretty nice total return. Same thing with SCHD. So again, you can take a look at all of these in our dividend payers Google sheet. Look at JEP-E and JEP-Q, again, popular dividend payers. JEP-E is just below 5%. JEP-Q is showing 8%. So if you think technology, Qs are going to swing back up, collect dividends using JEP-Q. TLT pretty low, TLTW a little bit better, oscillates a bit. Again, bought some bond funds, pretty stable, very low total return. Katon doesn't like QQQY. Katon mentioning tips. We have tips and bill. So here's tips. We also have bill, common treasury bill one. I believe Easy Mike likes that one too. See, again, currently a negative total return, but again, very stable. So if you're looking for stability, so I hope that all helps. Welcome, Cindy Osborne. Mentioning the Palantir ones, including the yield max on Palantir. I believe we added that last week to our yield max. You can also see PLTY in our yield max sheet as well. We're watching that one for cycles in Palantir as a way to play Palantir. Again, we talked about that, I believe, last week. Okay, let me grab a drink and we'll talk about option strategies. Also, we have a whole series of videos on how you can find the best dividend paying stocks, including using our dividend payers Google sheet. You can reference all of those videos via the link to that series in our notes. Okay, in addition to dividend payers, we also use several option strategies to generate income while we wait for a swing trading stock to set up. Firstly, we sell covered calls against our positions when they're going up, buy them back when they're coming down, and we use our covered calls Google Sheet to do what-if analysis on various covered call strategies and compare that to stops, etc. You can do likewise, get 24/7 access to and or make a copy of our covered calls Google Sheet by joining our Patreon. We have a whole series of videos on how you can use our covered calls Google Sheet to help you do what-if analysis on your covered call strategies. You can access all of those via the links to the videos in our notes. Secondly, we sell put options when stocks are going down, buy them back when they're bouncing back up. You can see our criteria for the stocks and how we sell put options to generate income. And we use our puts ROIC Google Sheet to identify opportunities to sell and then buy back puts. You can also do likewise, get 24/7 access to our puts ROIC Google Sheet, help you trade puts, make money selling and buying back puts by joining our Patreon. Got one quick addition to our research sheet and our puts ROIC Google Sheet that I want to take a quick detailed, slightly more detailed look at, which is AES. So I've added AES to our research sheet at the $9 strike price. Currently, we're using the May 16th expiration, so I want to take a quick look at AES. This one popped up again as a potential candidate. At the end of each day, I use this optionsellerROI.com tool, look for new opportunities to sell puts, and if warranted, then I add those to our puts ROIC Google Sheet. So if we look at AES, here's AES, $9 strike price. See, currently it's only about 25 cents or so at a 52-week high. So right now it's only 2% at a 63-cent 52-week high. It would be almost 6%. So that's somewhat attractive. If it continues to decline, that premium continues to go up. This was kind of interesting. It's a utility. We'll see it's kind of a renewables utility. It's been declining for quite some time. They are profitable, not too small of a small, not a really a small cap, 7 billion market cap, so pretty good size. One concerning aspect is their debt, very high debt, not uncommon for utilities, but one of the reasons I'm a little more concerned and more interested in selling puts versus buying shares. See, it does pay a dividend, nominal yield of about 7%. Let's look at their definition real quickly. You see it's power generation and utility services through renewable and thermal generation facilities and distribution. See, it's got a North American as well as South American, Eurasia, etc. So it's a global company, and I believe there's some Central American countries, etc., that are looking into geothermal quite a bit. So this might be an opportunity. Don't know what their tariff exposure may be, so that would be something to consider. And Mexico, Central America, Caribbean. So again, renewables, also geothermal. I thought that was interesting. See their net income. Past couple quarters increased nicely. EPS increasing. Net income for the past couple of years, nice increase. And EPS increasing nicely. So again, it must be a sector rotation, kind of being affected by the negative sentiment in renewable energy in the U.S. that is driving it down, because it looks like it's pretty close to around election time when it started declining. Positive earnings, they did miss estimates. Again, possible reason for some of that decline. Zoom out a little bit. We've been declining for quite some time. Looks like it's pretty close to the bottom, so you can see why I chose that $9 strike price. So the bottom in the past number of years is about $8.22 or so. So at the $9 strike price, that seems like a pretty safe place. Again, otherwise the chart looks a little ugly, but we'll see. It could rebound, so you could trade kind of doji on the weekly. So you could try shares if you think it's going to recover, swing back up. Again, their financials, other than their debt, don't look too bad. News-wise, that's a positive commentary. Analyst report, possibly negative. Analyst reports. So if you traded AES, please let me know what you think of it. What do you think of AES Corp as a renewable geothermal utility? Again, it might get a boost just from rotations back into utilities. Might get negative sentiment from the negative sentiment in clean energy renewables. So again, love to hear your feedback in the comments to this video and/or in our Discord. So we'll keep an eye on those puts, and also we can watch the share, see what it's doing in our puts ROIC. So we see it, Friday declined 7 cents. Right now it's at 10. So we can keep an eye on that there. So again, let me know your feedback on AES, selling puts versus buying shares. What do you think is a better strategy longer term? Otherwise, you can see in our main watch list sheet, the main ones we're watching to sell puts. I still do have a sellout on Disney at 80, but we can see Disney's bounced back up to 90. Comparing again, buying shares versus selling puts on Disney. ROIC is not very attractive here, but if it goes up, it could be attractive. Again, we saw the VIX drop down again below 24, so some of the premiums have declined, so not a lot of good ROIC. Go in the research sheet, and a lot more we could take a look at. See if anybody else has got a good ROIC. And if we get a pop back up in the VIX, I've kind of been looking at Etsy. ROIC is not that great right now. Wondering if they might get a boost from the impact of tariffs on like goods out of China. Are people going to go to Etsy, buy stuff? We'll see. Easy Mike had mentioned PayPal, so we've got PayPal. Took a look at that. See, we're watching the puts on that at 50. Pizza, again, we've got the put at 27.50. Also watching that in the bullpen. Puts aren't all that attractive right now, but at 175, still wouldn't be 5%. So that's why I have it in the bullpen. Might be better to buy shares on pizza. This one might take that one off. They're money losing. We looked at them a while back. We'll see, but it does have if you want to sell puts on XIFR, take a look at that. It's got, pretty good ROIC. The delta is over 30, so you're at some risk of being assigned. Again, they do lose money, a little concerning. So might take a further look at that as well. So let me know if you'd like us to add any puts to our automated systems, to our puts ROIC Google Sheet. We'll have our automated systems collect the options data, and then it will automatically update the puts ROIC Google Sheet at the end of each day. So let me know if you've got a symbol, expiration date, or dates, strike prices you'd like us to add to our puts ROIC Google Sheet. Okay, let me grab a drink and then we'll wrap up. I've got some important community announcements I want to talk about. So okay, I wanted to give us some time. I've got some important BeachBum trading community announcements to discuss. I want to give us some time to go over these and answer any questions from anybody in the live chat about our plans going forward. So our announcement is we will be taking a break from our regularly scheduled live streams. So I will not be doing weekend live streams on a regular basis at 10 a.m. Saturday, Sunday going forward. I don't know if and when we will resume that. I may do some intermittently when I feel we have important information to share. Might do a live stream, might release a video. So again, it's important. I hope you all will subscribe to our BeachBum Trading channels. Please click the bell icon so that you're notified. Never miss a new video, or if I do schedule a live stream. We will continue to maintain and run our automated systems to generate all of our Google Sheets available to our Patreon members. So all of our Google Sheets that we use will continue to be available, updated at the end of each day. We'll be making updates to those Google Sheets, also our automated systems, etc. And if we make any updates, I'll also post those updates in the appropriate channels in our Discord, and may send direct notifications to our Patreon members if that's applicable. We also will continue to post our trade alerts as soon as possible to our Patreon members, and also in the appropriate alerts channel in our Discord, as I pointed out. We will still be releasing new videos as I'm able. Feel inspired, do some deeper dive due diligence, possibly. Again, tips, lessons learned, etc. As I am able. First, we'll exclusively release those to our Patreon members, and then eventually on our free channels on YouTube, Rumble, etc. So again, please subscribe to our BeachBum Trading channels. Make sure you're getting notifications. when we're able to produce new videos, release them on our channels, then you will be notified and won't miss out. They'll still be available in our BeachBum Trading Community Discord. I'll be probably making more updates in our Discord, so if you'd like to contact us with any question, request for a video, request for an enhancement, please contact us using our tag in the Discord, BeachBum Trading, all lowercase, no other character symbols, etc. Again, our Discord's free to join. You can get access to all kinds of channels, with the exception of a few that I mentioned that are exclusive to our Patreon members. Y'all can get together 24/7 with all your fellow BeachBum traders in our free Discord, discuss all things trading 24/7. We have different asset classes, trading different platforms, using different trading styles. So again, I'll probably not be in the live chats of the others YouTube channels quite as much, not as active there. Try to be more active in our Discord. And again, you can get together 24/7 with your fellow traders, discuss anything related to trading. You can also use voice channels in our Discord if you'd like to create a voice channel. Get together with your fellow traders, talk via voice, as well as chat in the Discord. Again, you can do all of that in our free Discord. Again, you can find a direct link to or a free invite to our Discord in the description box and our notes, etc. I want to thank very much all of our Patreon members, all of our subscribers, viewers, our longtime supporters. Thank you to all of our regular people who participated in the live chats for these live streams. Do appreciate all of your support and participation, and to our entire BeachBum Trading community for all of your support. And we're not going away, just taking a break from doing the live streams, and probably will not be able to produce videos as regularly as in the past, but we'll do our best to continue to release new videos. So we'd love to know, what you would like to see in new videos. Do have a couple requests, so give us your feedback. Also, we have a suggestion box in our Discord. You can always put suggestions for new videos, enhancements to any of our tools, our Google Sheets, our automated systems, etc. Put those in the suggestion box or any other appropriate channel in our Discord. So I'm just scanning the chat a little bit, see if there's any particular questions. Please let me know if you have any questions about these announcements. Please share this information with your fellow traders who may have missed this. I wanted to make this announcement. I didn't want people to show up at 10 a.m. for a live stream and wonder what happened, where we were. So, and again, we may sporadically do maybe targeted live streams, topical, etc. And also focused videos, due diligence, lessons learned, tips, etc., as we are able. Okay. Again, we'd love your suggestions on what we could do to continue to improve our community for the mutual benefit of all of our BeachBum traders. We hope you will subscribe again to our channels. Click the bell notification so as we are able to release new material, new content, you'll be aware, be notified, etc. We hope you'll continue to invite BeachBum traders to join us in our free Discord. Again, actively participate, help your fellow BeachBum traders in our Discord. So again, thank you to all of our Patreon members, all of our subscribers, our viewers, our longtime supporters, all of our participants in our live chat. Greatly appreciate all your support and participation. And again, we're not going away. We'll see you around, hopefully in our Discord, and maybe in some of the live chats as we are able. So thank you again very much, and we will talk to you again as soon as we are able. Thank you, and have a good luck and have a great trading week.